Controlling Portobello weakens the power of Spain. Taking the vast amount of silver housed there and minted into coin is a severe threat to the finances of Spain. Let me say that again. Taking the vast amount of silver housed at Portobello and minted into coin is a severe threat to the finances of Spain. Spain, which since the days of Columbus 300 years earlier held reign over the greater Caribbean. This is not merely any treasure which Admiral Vernon and Captain Mayne find themselves handling. It is enough wealth to build the greatest navy and army to control significant portions of the globe. And this gives King George II of England much to celebrate. For 3 weeks, valuables are loaded onto British ships, including the Orford, the Kent, and our very own Lennox. Did it take 3 weeks to distribute 10,000 pesos and stock whatever provisions were needed? With Vernon taking Spanish prisoners from the fort to be released later, orders are given to Charles Knowles to raze the fortresses, destroy the warehouses, and set fire to the wharf. But this is strange. The objectives in wars of the 17 and 1800s is to take territory and control waterways against the enemy. This was not done in Panama despite being an immensely strategic naval port. It is a point of great influence over the southern Caribbean Sea, a place to control both land and sea routes to and from South America. Why didn't Admiral Vernon decide to hold Portobello instead? And what of the 2 captured Spanish ships from Buenos Aires, renamed Astrea and Triumph? These would have held recently mined gold and silver from South America, while the citadel and warehouses stowed many tons of silver coins and very likely gold chains and jewelry prepared for shipment to Spain. These ships were obviously loaded with valuables, but only Astrea returned with Vernon. The Triumph was sent elsewhere. We shall explore that shortly. Similarly, a captured ship the British named Otter was taken at Chagres, a few miles north of Portobello. The Otter was sent back toward England with Sir Charles Knowles, his HMS Diamond, its gold, and an escort squadron. Annapolis Royal in Nova Scotia was its planned final stop in the New World. Returning to England with news of spoils from the fort would have been part of a report to the king, but Otter never made it to England, and both Portobello and Chagres were left to be reclaimed, rebuilt, and held by the Spanish once again. So what was gained? Imagine finding an old suitcase in an attic that once belonged to a long-dead relative and discovering it's filled with money. Now picture finding dozens of these suitcases so you're instantly a multimillionaire. Assuming you do not put it in a bank, it's important to think clearly about what to do with that much cash. You must make certain it remains hidden and protected from anyone hoping to steal it away from you. If you're smart, you might hide it in multiple places, so if some of the money is found, you haven't lost it all. In 1740, where do you hide enough wealth to change the course of history? The coming century will see England become the first global superpower since the Roman Empire. Taking Spain's wealth and adding it to England's is a good formula for doing this. After both battles of Portobello and Chagres, Admiral Vernon orders his ships to return to Port Royal, in other words, to Kingston, Jamaica. He takes great care to let it be known that Port Royal is also the destination of Captain Colville Mayne's squadron and the captured ships that will accompany Charles Knowles. "Go on to Port Royal," is the order. This may likely have been noted by the Spanish prisoners, something fully intended by Vernon when the ships abandoned Portobello. It is recorded that Admiral Vernon's ships did in fact return to Jamaica. However, all of Captain Mayne's ships did not go to Kingston. These ships were not lost at sea. They were not captured by a Spanish fleet, yet they did reach our other Port Royal, Fort Anne at Annapolis, in Nova Scotia, a place the Spanish prisoners would not likely know.